So guys, Mr. Dele will walk out of prison tomorrow like a king because of this case. This is just to show you that, the judicial system in this country is not balanced at all. No balance at all. So guys, let me allow you to take a look at how Rufai and Dr. Abati have reacted to the case of, a teenager being sentenced to buy because he stole fowl. So we can see that the law we have in this country is just meant for the poor and not for the rich. So when Mr. Dele said the rot in the system is unbelievable, people want to clamp down on him because he's exposing them. So guys, just take a look at how they've reacted to this, news that has set the internet abuzz on a teenager that was sentenced to buy for 14 years. He has been in jail. He has been in prison because of this case. He was sentenced at the age of 17 and he has spent 14 years. He's still in prison. He has not even been released. So the Osun State governor is intervening to secure his release. Nigeria is just a joke. Take a look.
14 years.
Because, and we have people that the evidence is so stacked against them. You can see them, they are shielding themselves. Anyway, African China has said it. He said, poor man wasting money, they go see him face for crime fighter. Rich man, they have to see their face for crime fighter. Right. So the system is just rigged against the poor.
Absolutely.
All of this is caused by the leadership. So we have to go back to the...
Well, I got some clarification. When I watched the interview with Biola Adebayo, with the parents of the gentleman, apparently in this particular matter, there was no case of murder because... the death penalty is for capital punishment. And then for somebody to steal an ordinary fowl, and then you sentence the person to death, is quite very strange.
Yeah.
And I think it's something also that the judiciary may want to investigate. Except that this matter was about 14 years ago. We were told that the gentleman stole the fowl 14 years ago.
Yes.
And he has spent 14 years in prison custody. So this just tells you about the distortions in this country, the injustice that we have in this country. People who steal billions are all over the place collecting chieftaincy titles. They have national honors. They are not in jail. It's a man that steals a fowl. One governor, I will not name him in order not to compound his agony out of office. Somebody stole his phone, common phone, and then the person was sent to prison. And the thing about justice is that even when you commit a crime, the punishment should be proportional, to the crime that you have committed. Not to Governor Adeleke. I think Governor Adeleke has taken a good decision by asking the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice to investigate this, to find out the circumstances. And he has already made it clear that he's going to address the matter because justice will seem not to have been done in this case. And he has the power under the Constitution. Section 212 of the 1999 Constitution gives governors the powers either to reduce sentences or to outrightly pardon inmates. This is a man who has been put in a prison for stealing a fowl. In fact, when he comes out, maybe the Legal Aid Council or lawyers who are ready to do a pro bono intervention, should they reopen the case and say that this man deserves to be compensated?
Absolutely.
How much were they selling a common fowl 14 years ago? Although you may say, when you commit a crime, it doesn't matter what the amount is. Fowl 14 years ago will be like, how much? Not up to, it wouldn't even be up to 1,000 naira. And a person's life has been wasted for 14 years. I think, he deserves to be compensated beyond, Governor Adeleke saying that he will grant pardon, because this is clearly a case of miscarriage of justice.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you just highlighted that because I really wanted to hear your perspective on the story. Well, it's all boils down to this miscarriage of justice. But before I come to you, I know in another development, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has banned arbitrary arrests, detentions, and phone searches of road users by police officers across Nigeria. The directive was issued on Tuesday. Tuesday, Egbetekun warned that such unlawful practices tarnish the image of the police and vowed severe punishment for offenders, including commissioners of police and their supervisors. I thought to tie this story in because obviously the young boy who was sentenced to death in Osun State, I mean, it's because he stole from a police officer. And I think that that really is one of the reasons why. And it's good that the Inspector General of Police here has made this announcement, because how often do you see these people coming into your car, searching your phone? How can you invade your privacy and all of that? A quick comment quickly before
very quick one.
on both stories.
Very
Yes.
good one there, and I'm really glad about the governor coming. He was tagged a lot of times yesterday about this case, and it's great to see that he said an investigation be conducted. I totally agree with compensation being paid, and maybe even finding out who the officer was or who were the people that managed the case as to upholding an abuse of power, because this is what it amounts to. I don't think there's any law whereby stealing would warrant the death penalty, and then stealing of a fowl, how much? That ought to be done.
The governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, on Tuesday granted pardon to Olowo Kere Shegun, who was sentenced to death by hanging for stealing a fowl and eggs when he was 17 years old. Social media was awash with reactions after a video surfaced online showing Shegun's parents narrating the story of their son. The mother said her son was said to have broken into the house of a police officer in April 2010 and carted away some of his belongings. He was subsequently charged with conspiracy and robbery and was sentenced to death. Governor Adeleke, upon receiving the news, granted the pardon in a statement shared on X. Let's read Adeleke's tweet there. He wrote, "I have received the report of a case of a young man reportedly sentenced to death by hanging in Osun State for stealing a fowl. Consequently, I have directed the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Osun State, to commence full investigation into the matter and initiate process to grant prerogative of mercy to the young man. Osun is a land of justice and equity and must ensure fairness and protection of the sanctity of lives. I assure members of the public that this matter is receiving my direct attention with every sense of urgency also attached to our response to this matter." Dr. Abati, when I saw the story trending online, I was shocked. I mean, there is a law in Nigeria that would sentence people to death because of stealing a fowl. A fowl and eggs. They didn't say anything else, so fowl and eggs.
Now, with the IG of police coming out to say this, I think this is fantastic development. But we've often heard announcements like this, but no follow-through, especially with regards to implementation. So one thing is, I hope that it will be cascaded down to all the officers in the police force. And then number two, a channel for reporting.
Yes.
So that we, if anyone falls victims, because he really talked about the youth, and I'm really glad that we're protecting the interests of young people in Nigeria, that there's a portal or a channel to report infractions, and that this will be taken up, and a few officers will be made an example of, so that we can really see this policy or this directive come to life.
Absolutely.
It's very important about that. Then beyond that as well, even the IG of police himself and the police as a whole, and I know we have a story about high-handedness, this picking up people, Gestapo style, picking up people, that needs to be addressed as well.
Yes.
We've talked about the police reform. It's a step at a time. This is a good move. And very importantly, everyone should screen grab this announcement.
Yes.
If the police comes to you, just show it to them, because sometimes they seem to be the last people to get the information that things have changed. So really good one there by the IG of police.
Very good. I love that you started off by congratulating the Osun State governor. Still in Osun State, Governor Ademola Adeleke has launched a free medical and surgical outreach program targeting 25,000 beneficiaries. Well, on Tuesday, hundreds of Osun residents gathered at Ashu Biaro Hospital to access free medical and surgical services. It's all part of his Imole rollout plan to help the needy. Rufai, this is exactly the same thing that we were congratulating you for the other day.
To Governor Adeleke.
Adeleke is doing very well.
Jaxi is doing well. Jaxi is doing well.
Yes.
But I just wanted to, say something. Apart from this, we're talking about the IG, it's a good thing. But I know there will still be police officers in this country that will still search your phone. That will still say that will not concern it. That will still brutalize people.
Yes.
And that's why the IG needs to look in. And also, Mr. IG, there's a case, so I've been hearing, Shore has been shouting about this nurse, Olamide. They said it involves the police top echelon and all of that. Please, look into that case. Let justice, also mercy prevail.
All right.
Please, two wrongs cannot make a right.
Well
Mr.
said,
IG.
Rufai. Well said, Rufai. Again, well, kudos to the governor of Osun State for that great intervention. And we hope to see the end of this story and hope the young man be released.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. This is what we are saying. Mr. Dele to me is being vindicated on a daily basis. I mean, looking at what is happening in this country, you just keep wondering if we will ever get things right in this nation. I mean, you would be wondering if Nigeria will ever come out from the level of corruption this country has sinked into. There are so many people like this guy, you know, languishing in our jails, in our prison. They call it correctional center, but we are still wondering if there are people that have gone there and they came out to be better citizens. So guys, there are many cases like this. I mean, there are many cases like this. I'm just wondering if we'll ever have a set of lawyers who devote themselves to start going to prisons to go and know why people are incarcerated. I mean, it would be very nice if the citizens can even come up to start paying lawyers whose job and whose work is just to visit the correctional centers in this country and listen to victim stories. I mean, because there are people who are there for what they don't know about. There are people who are there for just minor things, menial things. There are people who are there who are never supposed to near there, but because they don't have anybody to speak for them. And you see why the African continent keeps sinking, because in Africa we elevate and promote the rich, the politicians, even when they are the real ones stealing from the masses. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.